How do daggers work? Are they dual wielded? Oh, they are totally dual wielded. Oh, hell yeah, dude. All right. Hang on. Solasta 2 is a long way away though too. That's it, at the if I had to guess. So Solasta 2's demo, which came out like 3 or 4 months ago, that was a tech demo. That was just them showing off what we are building in Unreal 5, but it wasn't any actual game content. If I had to guess, Solasta 2 is going to start their early access end of this year or early next year. They're going to start their early access program. And then Solasta 2 will probably spend 2 years in early access before it's ready for launch. So I'll play the shit out of it when it goes. When I don't care. Like Solasta 1 was amazing. The Solasta 2 tech demo was phenomenal. Um, and given the fact that Tactical Adventures already built such an amazing game with Solasta 1, I'll spend all sorts of time doing the Solasta 2 early access. For sure. Oh, poor Lou, you had to start a new character. Sad. Oh, you're gonna have such a miserable time playing Enshrouded. uh... Alright, I need to hide this helmet though. I don't want to see this stupid helmet. Can I hide it just straight from here? Thank you very much. Okay. I know, it's such a horrible experience playing a game that you have fun with. Yeah, so that's kind of my current plan is like we're gonna dabble a little bit. I'll play, I'm gonna play a pretty good session today and tomorrow. But on Tuesday we have Gears of War Reloaded starts, and then I go from that straight into Hell Is Us, and then from Hell Is Us I go to the Indiana Jones The Great Circle DLC, and then from that I go to Borderlands. No, from that I go to Dune Awakenings DLC and new story drop on the 10th, and then from that we also have Borderlands 4 starting on the 11th. So Enshrouded will be periodically throughout the month of September. The update drops in October. I will dabble a little bit in October. I'll play right now. I don't have a ton of major releases happening in November, so I plan to sink a significant amount of time checking out the new update in in November and probably into December, and then I'm probably just gonna leave Enshrouded alone completely until 1.0 happens. That way I can roll into the holidays with Enshrouded and then just don't touch it again until it comes out. Because assuming they do a spring, that'll be April, May. Um, have a nice 4 month break, or whatever. Coming back to it's always like riding a bike, but then seeing all the new things like they didn't have cosmetics the last time I played. That's completely new. There's a whole bunch of new stuff. So this has been genuinely a pleasure. I've already done Grounded. We just did Grounded 2 like a month ago, whenever it launched in a game preview. We just did, I don't know, like 4 or 5 days of streams, I think. Um, that's another one that I'm just gonna dabble with. There's no reason to spoil it. Like they just went into game preview, so they're probably 2 years out from a full launch. They've got a lot of additional content to add to it, but I'll be plugging away at Grounded 2. I'll probably so like as an example, Path of Exile 2 early access. I jump in every 3 or 4 months. When Grounded was in early access, every 3 or 4 months. Enshrouded, I haven't done it about a year, but oh, I've already done the original Grounded. Yeah, I don't need to do it again. That was a couple of years back. I did that with my brother and my sister-in-law. Um, but generally speaking, if I'm into an early access, it's every 3 or 4 months, maybe every 6 months. Generally speaking, in the case of Enshrouded, I just didn't for a year because we were just so busy with other stuff. Grounded 2, I'll probably jump back in a few months. Correct. September. What I'm thinking for Path of Exile 2, if I don't get to it by the end of September, I'll check out the new update in October, um, alongside this and other things, because I do have a ton of new releases for September, and I would like to try Chronos: A New Dawn. So I just gotta. September's gonna be a hard month for me. There's so much stuff coming out. I feel like we might be able to take on the Elixir Well now. Let's go back to the bridge. We've got armor. I've got bandages. I've got a torch. Oh, that's right. Gliding also takes stamina. I forgot. And I'm still waiting to hear back about my PS5 warranty stuff, so figure that one out later. Titan Quest 2 is pretty good, John Coons, but I would argue that if you're looking for something that has... Well, there's two ways to look at this. Titan Quest 2 just hit early access. Path of Exile 2 has already been in early access for a year plus. So in terms of things to do, there's a lot more content in Path of Exile 2. However, I think Titan's Quest 2 is a funner game for me personally. I like it more. I think it's a much more enjoyable experience. But there's only about 20 to 25 hours of content. So in Titan's Quest 2 as of right now, so you'll have to just, yeah, you can play other classes and stuff, but there's only about 20 hours of content. There's a lot more than that in Path of Exile 2. So both are about the same price point to get into. But I just, the hardcore one-shotting bullshit in Path of Exile 2 is, I'm not a huge fan of the game. Like, I shouldn't say I'm a huge fan of it. I have fun every time I play Path of Exile 2. But I'm not die-hard about playing Path of Exile 2. I'm definitely not Darth Microtransaction who lives and breathes Path of Exile 2. I'm more of I have fun when I play it, but I still haven't pushed hard to see all there is to see, because why? It's not 1.0. There's no reason for me to be spending hundreds of hours of time. Yeah, I had way more fun playing Titan Quest 2, for sure. It's a lot of fun. But I will say, like, when I did my Ice Mage build in Path of Exile 2, that was a lot of fun. But Path of Exile 2 has a lot of hardcore mechanics that I don't enjoy, and until they finish the balancing, I'm not going to waste a lot of my time in the early access. just because, again, it's a balance. I want to wait for the 1.0. They need to have a proper story mode before I'm willing to invest hundreds of hours of time and or get to the 1.0 release. We got time. That's another reason why I don't spend a ton of time on most early access games. Correct. Because if they're going to spend 20 years in early access, I did not watch the stream from last week, just because I've been busy with stuff. But I did read some of the anticipated things that are coming in the patch. One of the things they mentioned was balance pass. Every time they've done a balance pass with Path of Exile 2, it's been a good balance pass. I have felt like the game has improved significantly in terms of every time they've done a balance pass for Path of Exile 2, I have felt major improvements. Oh, I just did not mean to point there. Oh, I think we have to go down in here, don't we? Oh, I vaguely remember this. We have to go down in and cleanse it within the time limit. Oh, daggers are dope. Hang on, somebody's shooting me from where? Hang on, where are you shooting me from? What the fuck? Okay, I found him. That scared the shit out of me, that shout. Oh, I thought he was right there. Where did he go? Well, I don't know where he went. We gotta go down here because I'm on a time limit. Oh, we get a refresh on the time. I didn't know that. Oh, that's okay. It's because I flew down in here and, like, probably not my brightest moment because I just, like, ran into a bunch of dudes. Oh, crap. There's 3 of them. Hang on. I gotta... Okay, slow it down, boot up. What is that? I need to do some rearrangement of my bars here, because that needs to come up here. I don't need my harvesting shit. Yeah. That's a little bit better. Whoa, hello. Man, the sound effects are pretty visceral. Okay. I'm assuming this is the right direction. I remember having to go like underground. Apparently that's not the case. Another looks well built on the back of workers. Oh! What the? Alright. I could have sworn we had to go like down or something. I may be misremembering. Nope, it's right here. It's like I don't think I'm going the right way. Snaking. Not know where I need to go, but I am on a time limit down in here. That's like lava pit, nothing back in there. Oh no, did I fall down? Okay. Whew. Panic. This is like a tunnel? Oh, something just fell Thunderbrood. Oh, hello. Ah! Whoa, you are a big boy. Woohoo! Tainted axe. Nice. All right. I think we have to chop this down if I remember correctly. Booyah. All right. Mildly terrifying. We survived. Okay, now I need to get out of here. Take my booty back home. Can I fast travel out of here? I don't think I can because I'm still in the... I can. Yeah, I'm not sticking around. All right. One-handed axe. I mean, that's cool, but I would prefer to stick to daggers, but it's all good. Salvage. Salvage. We'll hold on to it for now. Legendary runes are imbued with an immense amount of magical energy. These rare and powerful artifacts are used to enhance legendary weapons, unlocking their full potential. Legendary runes can become integral to the weapons once used and cannot be recovered. What's up, Deeks? Huh. Alright. I think we can. Emberville can be reclaimed. Collect sparks and offer them at the flame altars to strengthen the flame. I can upgrade my altar, which has now expanded my... Alright. And then we can strengthen the flame at some point. Okay. Oh, we got a whole bunch of new recipes. Scavenger bonfire. You know what, Joey Anderson? You could just go back to your cow loving, sir. Ignore him. He's younger than me, but he's more crippled than I am. And he has less hair. Oh! Oh! Although I will say, by the way, guys, that's my brother in chat. For those of you who haven't yet gotten your merch, let me share a video because he got his first piece of merch yesterday. I haven't put a merch link in chat yet, but I could show you an unboxing video because he got his first. Hang on. One of our first official pieces of merch. Right there. Grown ass man playing video games. By the way, that's the perfect moment for me to drop a link, merch link, in chat. Hold up. You're all gonna get spammed. Go buy my shit. New campaign just dropped yesterday. We've got the My Wife is a Paid Actress campaign went live yesterday. And then we have the grown ass man playing video games. And then next week's I'm gonna drop the I play games on story mode is gonna drop next week. And then who somebody yesterday recommended Click Me Harder Streamer Bro. That was during last night's stream. Click me harder, bro. Click me harder, streamer bro. That's right, brotherly love. What do you mean? Do we do the campaign in ourselves, Napier? In reference to, like, do I create all the merch myself? Yes, I do. I just launch a new line of stuff every week. I already paid the artists, so I've already got all my artwork, and then I just go into Canva and I add my phrases, and then I launch a new line of merch every week, and then I share the links out, and I tell people buy my shit, And I put my link at the top of my Instagram bio and the top of my TikTok bio, and I spam it in my Discord, and I put it in all my YouTube descriptions. Buy my books, buy my shirts, buy my shit. Click the links, sub up, memberships, all the things. Pay the bills. Okay. Decorative. What else can I make in here? I have many books, Magdalena. I have about 25 million words in print. I used to be a writer full time. For many years, I was a writer. The last book I published was last January, I think, was the last book I published. Well, that's not the last book I published. Well, it was the last book I published, but it actually was published. If Joey's still in chat, he might remember. I can't remember when we actually published that book, because that was the last book that I worked on. Was the book that I did that was a part of the tabletop project that we were working on, my brother and I, with my wife and the contractors and stuff. We published the tabletop book, published the campaign stuff, and then we published the tie-in novel. Oh, it's been a couple of years ago. And then I did the hardcover version, came out in January of last year, and that was the last thing I've done. Because I was like, you know what, I've been publishing a long time. I'm taking a break. So I think 2024 was the first, or yeah, 2024 I think was the first year I didn't write anything since 2008. Yeah, I think it was 2020. Man, I can't remember now. I think actually we published that book in 2023, Joey. I think because I think we did. I think we launched the tabletop book in the summer of 2023, and then we did the digital version of the book, the Kindle version of the book of the novel was like end of 2023, and then beginning of 2024 was the hardback edition of the novel, and then that was it. And then last year I didn't write anything, something like that. Yeah, links are all over the place. There's links on Twitch. There's links on YouTube that go to all my Amazon stuff and everything else. Well, you guys moved last year, Joey, so it had to have been 20. Yeah, it was 2023 when we published the tabletop book. The tabletop campaign was published because we have a fifth edition. We have a fifth edition tabletop world that we created through our Patreon page, and then my wife did a bunch of the artwork. We had a bunch of other artists come in and do artwork. There's a level 1 to 4 campaign in it, and then we published the tie-in novel. There's a point-and-click adventure game. That was the last big project, and since then I've just focused on this, which is all the streaming content creation stuff, because he was moving, and he's a big famous TikTok rancher now. Deke says I take credit for the Click Me Harder and the story mode. That's right. I play games in story mode. The Click Me Harder thing last night I was in tears, man. Click me harder, step bro. Only it's Click Me Harder, streamer bro. So next week we'll have some new t-shirts out. It's not just t-shirts. There's t-shirts, there's hoodies, there's coffee mugs. I'm actually going to bulk order myself a bunch of stuff next month. Because I'm waiting to get 4 or 5 of the campaigns out, and then I'm going to bulk order like 5 coffee mugs, 5 t-shirts, and a couple of sweaters. So I'll have my own, I'll ship my stuff down here to next month. But we just launched the merch store a month ago. Oi! People have been asking me for it for like 2 years, and I finally relented. I don't need a shield. Critter parts. That looks pretty good. My God, it gets dark in here. Sorry, buddy. That's your bed. I'll go sleep in my bed.